This is meteorologist Matthew Carter with your forecast for January 26th in the DC area. So just starting out looking at the conditions as of 10 a.m. this morning. We had winds out of the northwest with a temperature of around 26 degrees in the near DC. Uh, as you can see along the East Coast, a lot of temperatures throughout Maryland, Virginia in the 20s. Up into the Northeast, temperatures in the teens. Further out in the Midwest, we have colder temperatures with temperatures close to zero or into the negatives in some regions, such as Illinois. So cold air, with winds out of the northwest, we'll have cold air continuing to push into our area over the coming days, so you should expect that. Looking at the current conditions right now at about 12:55 p.m. in the afternoon. At Dulles Airport, we have a temperature of 25 degrees, winds out of the northwest at about 15 miles per hour, and also gusts of around 21 as well. Uh, at National Airport, we have pretty strong winds out of the northwest, um, about 20 knots, gusts of around 29 knots as well. Um, so looking at pretty strong winds, uh, feels very cold with the wind chill, with temperatures only in the mid to upper 20s. But the mid to upper 20s, that'll be a lot warmer than the days ahead. We should expect much colder temperatures than that as we go into the future. As you can see further north, some areas still getting impacted by the winter storm. Temperatures in the teens throughout much of the Northeast, such as Boston, up into Maine. The Midwest looks like a few lake effect snow showers around the Michigan area. Temperatures only around some areas, the teens along the lake. Colder areas not getting that lake breeze, with temperatures in some areas near zero or the low single digits in the Midwest, such as Indiana and Michigan. Moving along from there, let's look at what we should expect for the days to come. So, going into the days to come, let's look at the high resolution model. Um, Going off from today, we shouldn't expect temperatures to get out of the 20s to stay around where they are now. Then going into tonight, temperatures begin to get frigid with these winds out of the west, bringing in that cold air. Temperatures tomorrow morning, potentially the low single digits. I'm not quite expecting it to get quite as cold as this model brings, with 0 to the city and -1 to the city, but nonetheless, likely the low single digits in DC itself. Temperatures in the suburbs potentially around 0 to the negatives. So extremely cold air, very historic cold for this area. It usually doesn't get that cold. So that's something we have to watch out for and to um, make sure you stay safe if you're out in this cold weather. Winds tomorrow, looks like out of the south, but temperatures still only warming into the mid to upper 20s throughout the day tomorrow, before temperatures cool again overnight into probably the single digits yet again by early Wednesday morning. Let's look at the European model to just get a longer range. Output, it can be sometimes hard to see the numbers on here, but looks like temperatures warm probably into the low 20s throughout the day Wednesday, cooling back into the single digits Wednesday night. Sort of a similar pattern throughout much of the week. Temperatures likely warming into the upper teens, probably the low 20s, to be honest with you. Um, Later on in the afternoon each day, cooling to the single digits, potentially around like 5, 6 degrees each night. So a fairly similar pattern throughout the week this week with those cold temperatures. Moving into Saturday, we still see those cold temperatures and just going a long way out in the model. those cold temperatures really aren't budging, with most days staying below freezing, even far out. So even looking into February, it still looks like it's going to be very cold around here. Um, then looking at the European model uh, here first on this website, Tropical Tidbits. So looking at the European model with precipitation, you can see not too much going on most of the week this week. There's the potential for a slight clipper system uh, Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, but that really isn't coming out much. The European model really isn't picking up on that much, so according to this model, that won't be a concern. But the European model, by the day Saturday, it has a low strengthening. You can see over the Gulf, a area of low pressure. Then it moves out onto the Atlantic, tons of moisture pushing up the coast. And this has it right along the coast, with moisture impacting our region and snow in our region by the day Saturday, given this plenty of moisture. It continues to push up the coast and brings heavy snow along the east coast. Um, so that's just something to be aware of. This is a long way out to this weekend. It's only Monday, and that was Saturday, Sunday, that event. So it's something I'm not certain of, and it's something that might miss us at this point. It's sort of just something to look out for. And a lot of other models aren't picking up on it. The European is, but a lot of the other models aren't. So the European, as of now, probably looks to be an outlier in this event, bringing us a big snow. So it's something you should be aware of, but it's not something I'm forecasting as of now, given that most models aren't picking up on it. There's a lot of inconsistency. Um, and that was the Zero Z European. A lot of the previous European runs didn't pick up on it. And we'll see what happens with the next few runs of models. And that's when we can build more certainty about this. But it's just something to watch out for, and isn't is something that likely won't happen. But as you can see, the European brings heavy snow and a major snow this weekend, with some areas upwards of 20 inches. But as I said, that probably won't happen according to most models. I'm not a huge fan of the American model, but let's just give you a comparison here, because I don't want you to just plan on a snowstorm as of now, given what most models show. Um, the American model, it brings a inch or two in. So we could get a little snow without this major system coming in too. Uh, but I don't think we're going to get as much snow. You know, a European with 24 inches this far out, it's not something that can be trusted. Um, we could get some snow. Uh, the 24 inches likely is overdone. Um, so we can see with the American model here, it brings the snow right along the coast, and we get a few of the outlying sort of uh, light snow in our area because the snow is pretty far off the coast. It wouldn't bring us a ton according to this model. Um, a little more along the beaches, as you can see here, with the snow, the heavy bands along the coast, right along the coast. But out here in the DC area, where we're further away from the ocean, there would be much less snow. And you can see that in these amounts here with areas along the Ocean City, um, you know, sort of Bethany, Rehoboth, that area. Some areas picking up around a foot of snow around there, or areas further away from the coast not. And that's just one model too, and it's far out. So just showing you these models and uh, this far out, it's not something I'm necessarily know or think or have a lot of confidence will happen. It's just, what you look at to try and determine what might go on. And you can see it here on the UK Met model. In this model, this is as of February 2nd, and it's really not bringing much snow at all to our area. Some more to the south, but not much at all here. So it's just giving you the idea that this could miss us entirely. and isn't something you should be certain of or plan of as of now. Um, Here on the icon too, really no snow in our area. So it's just, there's a lot of inconsistencies as of now with this forecast and a lot of stuff we don't know. So a lot of stuff to watch out for in the days to come. Um, so today it'll continue to be partially sunny with these cooler temperatures into the 20s. Now going into tomorrow, most sunny skies, winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. A low, I went with in the city, a low of 4 degrees with a high of 26 degrees. Um, and if that happened, it would be a record-breaking low, especially at National Airport. I believe the record for tomorrow is 6 degrees. So we'll see if that happens, and we could break some long time records in this area if we do get as cold as a lot of the models are bringing. Uh, Going into Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, winds out of the northwest 10 miles per hour. So cold air remaining with those northwest winds, that Arctic air still staying in our area. High of 20 degrees and a low of 7 degrees. So we do have a pattern each day of seeing a warm up throughout the day, but just starting out so cold, temperatures will remain cold. Thursday, fairly similar conditions. Winds out of the northwest 5 miles per hour, partially sunny skies, high of 24 and a low of 4 degrees. Friday, you know, similar again, mostly sunny skies, winds out of the northwest 10 miles per hour, a high of 26 and a low of 6 degrees. So looking at highs around low to mid 20s each day, with lows around the 5-degree mark approximately each day. Um, Saturday, um, as of now, I put cloudy skies, just given that low pressure system uh, potentially off the coast or to the south of us, or we don't know exactly where as of this point, but there could be an area of low pressure with that storm I mentioned previously for this weekend impacting somewhere. And as of now, I don't think Saturday will be snow, but I think cloud cover would likely impact us from that system on Saturday. So I went with cloudy skies throughout the day Saturday, a high of 23 degrees and a low of 6 degrees, winds out of the northwest at around 10 miles per hour. So other than the cloudy skies, looking at fairly similar conditions, but that's set to evolve given that that's pretty far out now, and um, we don't know the exact track or what exactly will happen with that low pressure system into this weekend. It's looking like it could be a fairly strong low pressure system, and depending on the track, um, that will really heavily depend on who sees snow, who misses out on the storm entirely. Um, Even if you don't see snow, though, as I mentioned with that strong low pressure system, there could be a lot of wind uh, into later this weekend. Just something else to watch out for. But that's a long way out, and there's a lot of question marks about that as of now. A lot of things we don't know, and we'll try to determine in the days to come. But thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the support. Um, Thank you so much, and I look forward to continuing to forecast more, especially with this cold weather here to come, this dangerous cold conditions.